Hey, Ryan Michael Galloway here with the We Don't Need No Stinking Record Company.com, and we are really into the depths of a recording now. We're producing, and we've got our basic tracks down. We've got some rhythm tracks down. We have got some vocals down. We've got some background vocals down in this particular project I'm talking about. Now, at this stage, from the point where we started talking about vocals, you can rearrange things to do things a little bit different. The key is to go in with a plan and a schedule and know when your musicians are going to show up or tell them when they're supposed to show up. And you can't do that without having planned what your tracks are going to be. And maybe in a little bit we'll talk about why they're called tracks and talk a little bit about basic recording. But right now we're just running the project and we're figuring out what order to record things in. So we've got our vocals down, both background and lead. And it's now time to do some bigger embellishments. I might at this point want to add my power chord guitars, and so it'll take a little time getting a couple of good sounds on electric guitars. I might want to add organ embellishments. I might want to add sound effects. I might want to take time to figure out if there's places to synthesize an orchestra, or maybe bring in a real one, or maybe there's just a little bit of single violining or something that I want somewhere, or some interesting cello sound, or any number of additions that we can make to make this thing fill out. I've been accused of overproducing. Maybe you're there. Maybe you don't need to add anything more. Or if you do, that you do it in very small doses to keep it interesting but not overwhelming. So, but I grew up in an era where there was a lot of wall of sound stuff, Phil Spector and folks like that, and George Martin was another one, where there are tons and tons of instruments. How'd you get that big orchestra sound? Well, I have 500 orchestra instrumentalists come in and do it. No, I'm not quite that crazy, but hey, with synthesizer and with keyboards and with sampling, you can get a lot of those sounds these days and do some amazing things, and maybe too much. So be careful of that. Anyway, so this is the point where we add some embellishments and see how it's going, and see if there's any place we can kick up the dynamics in the right places, and maybe add some build here and there. Really, what you've been trying to do at this point is to understand the arc of the song, where it's going to bump up and come down and bump up and come down, and where it's going to go up and out if it's that kind of structure. And that each step up is a little bit higher in dynamics, a little higher in dynamics before it's on and out. And you then have to decide, am I going to fade out, or am I going to have a finishing chord? Oddly enough, I think in everything I've done in the last EP that I released, I had solid endings. I'll have to think about that, whether that's a really big change for me. I think I like finishing cadences and finishing chords and not dying or fading out as much. But anyway, so that's the stage we're at right now, and the next stage is going to be the mix and how that works. And I'm Ryan Michael Galloway. We Don't Need No Stinking Record Company.com, and we're proving it with about the last 5 or 6 posts. So thanks.